Another day, another video. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today has kind of been a gloomy day, but I feel like I've been slacking on making the videos and stuff, so I decided I would do something. I asked some people to send me some questions or like some things that I should talk about in my next video. I didn't get very good feedback. Honestly, because I just picked a bad day to ask the question, I guess. But today is just gonna be the last part, for now, until I go on with treatment, of these videos. It's just been really draining, emotionally draining. What's there? So, today probably the last one. So yeah, I take notes every week that I go to my IOP intensive outpatient program. I do that. I take notes every day. So I basically just have a binder and just have all the notes. And like I just wrote stuff down about what we talked about that day and what could possibly help somebody else that's going through this. So the first day I went to treatment here where I live, it was difficult. It was like I had just gotten out of inpatient, so it was hard. And then I was just really sick and a little more treatment after like it. But the first day basically stuff that you could tell us that was when the nurses come out that I saw was contradict them and say what is actually true. Mine, it was a bad thing. So basically how I got to this point in IOP and where I live, I was talking to my mom one day and, well, it was quite a few days, and I was just like, I'm sick and tired of fighting this, unknown battle, and I don't know what's happening. Like, I knew I had an eating disorder, but I didn't know how bad it was. And like, I was doing things that weren't the best, and I was just always kind of like, I was kind of distant from everybody. I was distant from my dad. My dad didn't like the way I was acting. I was distant from my family. I wouldn't see them very often, and stuff like that. And so this past summer, I went to Costa Rica. That was a lot of fun. I went to Costa Rica, came back, and basically was working all the time. And on my free time, I was always gone away from home, so hanging out with friends or just driving around and messing around and not really staying stable. So that's what happened with that. And during those times, I would eat about once a day, and I would kind of binge eat, and then I would eat anything that I could. And I spent probably about $200, or I'm not gonna say, I don't know how much it was. I spent a lot of money on food for binging, but then it was a waste because I would eat it and then I would go home and throw it up, or if I was driving back from someplace, like I would stop along the road, or I would stop in a gas station or something and throw it up, and it just didn't stay down. And so Food never stayed down. And I never ate anything. I was never home to eat dinners because if I was, then I would just automatically go throw up afterwards, and it wasn't good for me, obviously. So I did that for about 3 months, I want to say. And then my mom eventually came up and was just like, she took me to my first placement of place of treatment, and they wanted me to do, they wanted me to be residential stay, which is the first step basically, and this is where you stay there all the time, and it's basically like inpatient, but I guess it goes inpatient then residential. They wanted me to do residential, but I couldn't with my age and with where we're at. We don't have very many places that we can do this kind of stuff because we're in a kind of a rural state, and so that didn't work out very well. And I was there for about 3 days. One morning we took my heart rate, and my heart rate was 37, and that morning I was feeling kind of odd, and the night before I had really sharp pain in my chest, in my heart, and like I couldn't breathe, my vision went blurry, I couldn't walk, I couldn't see very well. It was a really bad experience, and my mom was just like, okay, well, just take it easy. So I went back to where we were staying that night, and just took it easy, and then the next morning I went in, got my heart rate, got all the vitals done, and they were like, your heart rate is 37, and I was just like, what? It's like, that's not possible. I'm like, how? And so they were like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm lightheaded, like my vision's blurry, like I was just like, I told them what was wrong, and they were just like, you need to go to the ER. So I eventually going over to the ER, got an EKG done. They checked for all sorts of things wrong with my heart. I stayed there for about 4 hours, I want to say, at the hospital, and then I got until I was stable, or until they figured out what was wrong, and they were like, well, nothing was wrong, so you can just go back, I guess. And so then I went back to the eating disorder unit place there, and they talked for a while. I finished out my day there. I had my snack, I had my lunch and stuff there, and then they came back after they were done talking to the doctors and therapists and all their meetings and everything, and they were just like, you gotta go somewhere else. They were like, you are not safe here, your heart rate is a scary thing, and they're like, you can't stay here, like, it's too risky, because what if something happens? And they're like, during this time I was still taking laxatives, I was still purging, and so, because it was just the beginning of my treatment, so like I couldn't cut it off automatically, so like I was still doing that stuff. And so they're like, if she takes more laxatives or if she purges one more time, she could die. And they were just like, this is how serious this is. And they're like, you need to take her to the hospital. She's going to stay there for the rest of the weekend. I'm going to try to figure out, get her to Colorado on Sunday. And yeah, so I was placed in the hospital there in that town for the whole weekend, basically. I had lots of family to come visit me, and then the next Sunday morning, or the Sunday morning, we headed for Colorado. We didn't get there until about Monday morning, I think it was, and then, yeah, and so then I got placed there, and then I was in the ER there in Colorado, in my treatment place for, about a day before I got moved up to the other level of the hospital, and I got put into the EDU, and I was in the EDU, inpatient for about 4 weeks. My heart rate was constantly every night at 30, 32 for about 2 weeks, and then probably by the third week it went up to like the 35s, 37s, and then finally by like the fourth week, like last 2 days of the fourth week, like that Sunday and Monday, my heart rate was at 40 and 41. And so it took 4 weeks for my heart rate just to go up like 9 beats. And so that was that. And during this time, we would have these groups, movement groups and stuff, but I couldn't go to those for the longest time because of my heart rate. I was quote unquote going to become like the longest inpatient they've had. If I had stayed there for like another 2 weeks or something, but thank gosh I wasn't. So, treatment there, it was really super hard. I saw a lot of people come and go. I made friendships, and I still keep in contact with friends, and I met really great people. But during the beginning of it, when I first started seeing the really big changes in my body, like me gaining weight, me not being able to work out excessively like I wanted to, and me not being able to move around. I'm always in hospital. I'm in the bed all the time. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, I can barely think. I'm missing, like, a therapist and a doctor every day, and however many more. We have groups every day, like 2 or 3 groups, and we have a set schedule. We have 3 snacks and 3 meals, and it was a lot for me to take in, and I was just like, what the heck? The first week was the roughest, and I was really kind of out of the group. I wasn't really in it, I guess, so to speak. But then I eventually got used to everybody. I got used to the treatment, what was happening on there. But my first couple of days, since I didn't get to see my family anymore, it was really hard for me, and I just wanted to leave. Like, that was my really bad depressing moment during my treatment, and I hated it. I just wanted to go home, back to my eating disorder, just go back to the way it was, even though it wasn't healthy and it could have ended up killing me. But so I was and so we would have these groups. We would have therapy groups every day, and we would sometimes do like these fun activities and stuff like that. And and if you wouldn't eat your food at the meal times and stuff, you would be observed. Everybody there at the EDU would all sit down at the tables and eat together, and you had 30 minutes to finish meals, and then you had 15 minutes to finish snacks, and if you didn't finish them in that amount of time, then you were boosted. You would get a supplement drink, and so your body was still getting those calories, but not necessarily the nutrition, because the boosting drink was, I guess, just kind of plain. It didn't have any really good nutrients. It was just more of like calorie needs, I guess. And so I didn't do that very often, and like the bad thing about the boost was that it hurt the stomach. Like, your stomach would be in so much pain afterwards, and it was really hard for me to see like people that would drink like a big cup of Boost every single meal. And I was really motivated during all of this, so I didn't really drink that much Boost, and I just wanted to get out of there. So we would do that every day. There were some days where I was just wanting to go home, like I just hated myself, and especially like after like 2.5 weeks when I really started seeing my body change, and like my clothes didn't fit me anymore, like my old clothes. I could just feel things feeling different on me. I could feel the changes in my body. I just didn't like it. So then I started kind of exercising in the bathroom, and then my heart rate dropped again. I feel like this was crazy because to me, it wasn't much, but my heart is so sensitive to things that I have to do little movement as possible. And so like I would just do like squats and like sit-ups and stuff, but even that, like, it dropped my heart rate, and it just was mind-blowing to me. I was just like, no way. So I stopped that, and eventually I got out a couple weeks later, and then my last week there was really one of the hardest ones, because I just wanted to go home, and I was getting used to eating meals out with my family, and I was getting used to having other people take care of me. I could plan my meals and do all that stuff, and then when the day came to be um, discharged, it was saddening because I had built such great relationships. I was scared because I didn't know what was going to happen when I went back, and that was like my safety blanket. That place kept me safe from me eating disorder, and I was scared to go back home, and I was just like, I don't know, and so some triggers started coming up, some bad feelings started coming up again, and I was just kind of losing my mind. So then eventually I got discharged. We came back to our home. The next day, I automatically saw my really good friend and my best friend, and we hung out that night, and that was a lot of fun. The next day, I got to see my boyfriend, but then, like, during those couple of days, like, those days were good. Like, I was like, this is fun, this is great, like, I love this life, like, this life is good. I think this is, what day is it? I don't know. I think this is 8. I don't know, 8 for sure. Of October. I think it's been about 4 or 5 weeks back home. I don't know. But then, yeah, like those first couple days was really easy, but then about the 4th day, I realized how hard it was, and I started cutting. That was really hard. I did it once on my arm here, and then I did it on my legs the same day, and it was really scary because I guess it didn't help me. It didn't help me at all with what I was trying to feel, because my body was so sad afterwards. Like, it didn't have the magic potion, I guess, I was looking for. I didn't lose weight automatically when I cut. And so, those days were really dark for me. I was really depressed. It was a really hard time. Like, I just got back home, and people were like, oh my gosh, you're so happy, you should be back home. And then it all kind of added up, and then I started going to IOP, and I told them about that. They were like, oh, okay, and they were like, so I talked about them about that, and so those couple days were really hard for me, for sure. And those are probably some of the hardest days since I've been back home, except for the past couple of weeks. It's been really rough. And so, I'll just read some notes that I basically took. I won't read them out loud, I'm not a teacher, but like, this one day we wrote a letter to our body, and we focused on one part of our body, and so I chose my thighs, and we wrote how sorry we were for how we treated them, and we wrote how much they have done for me. And so, like, for example, like, I think I wrote, oh yeah, like, I said, thank you, thighs. I didn't realize that you had helped me so much, and that you had helped me, like, become who I am today. You didn't help me become, like, the athlete and the friend I am without you, and I just, like, thank you, pretty much. It sounds really cheesy, but, like, afterwards, I was like, I still have, like, a hard time with my body, so I'm still trying to get past all of that, but, so that was kind of awkward for me. But yeah, and this week we're on to media influences, and that is really interesting, actually. One-on-one therapy that I have every Wednesday. Yeah, I have one-on-one. I had my session today earlier. We didn't get to go because of conditions. But just like, yeah, one-on-one is really hard, I guess, especially when I'm tired and I have parent therapy the day before, and it's just like, ugh, like, again, 2 days in a row of therapy. But it's okay, I get it over with. And so, I I guess I just kind of got to the point where I was all really open and I started saying like weird things and like asking them, like I was open and honest, like I was open about my questions, and some questions were just kind of like, I thought to myself like, that is crazy, why would I ever ask anybody that? But they were fine with it all. And so yeah, treatment where I'm at right now is still going pretty well, and it's hard, but I see the end of recovery, and they say to try to look through the lens of recovery, and that means seeing how the negative things about your eating disorder, how you can flip them around and basically use them to fuel you to recovery, I guess, in a way. And Dad,
What are you doing?
I'm videoing.